Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday night update. I know I did one this morning, but tomorrow morning I will not be. Tomorrow I will not be here at the project. Tomorrow I have been given the opportunity to go with one of the team members to visit an orphanage and see Max, the 10-year-old orphan that we hosted in December. So I'm very excited about that. I I can't hardly believe that that's actually going to happen, and I just keep thinking something is going to come along to derail that. But that's the plan. So I won't be here tomorrow, and I wanted to give you guys an update on today, since I won't be here in the morning. But we had a Ukrainian refugee couple come today that has construction experience, and they were super helpful. It was very interesting because we had another Ukrainian refugee here who speaks English. So she would translate from Ukrainian into English, and then we had a local go with us to the plumbing store who spoke Polish, and so she would translate into English, and then he knew English and he would translate it into Polish, so the plumbing salesman could help us figure out what we needed. But we were able to get this wall opened, and as you can see here, all of the plumbing pipes are galvanized. So these are the holes that are punched to go through, and for the water heater on the other side. And Oleg put these T's in here so we can come out into the new shower. I punched that hole in this morning before he got here, but he did all the drain connections. Again, this was all, if you remember, this was all full of concrete and tile. And so he took this all apart and put in this new T with this flex line. I've never seen flex line like this before, but this is literally what the toilet is attached to on the other side. Now there's another fitting missing here, but this is all friction fit. This is going to end up going like this when it's all said and done. And basically, he's got this T that's got this coming out the side, and this is how the shower drains, which, again, this is just such a foreign concept to me because these pipes are all friction fit. They just push in and come apart very easily. They're not glued. And with this being lower than here, it just seems like, like a water trap, a place for water to pool. Like, it doesn't seem logical that this is how it would drain, but this is what they do. This is how it works. And so he's going to come off of here, then come back this way, go out through that hole, and that's where the laundry is going to actually attach to. And then he put a T here. So just moved this shutoff valve out, and he's going to come down with a line and come across with a supply line. That was another thing that was very surprising to find out, that in Poland, you don't run hot water to your washing machines. The washing machine is going to sit here, and so we've got a hole punched down here, and the drain line is going to come across along with the cold water line and come up. And that's it. You just have a cold water line and a drain line. So totally foreign to us from the US. But he was able to help us figure all those things out, and incredibly grateful to him and his wife Lana, and to Nastia, the other Ukrainian that speaks English. That was quite the adventure, going to the plumbing supply house this morning, and one that I'll never forget. So not a whole lot has changed in here, just a couple of holes in the wall for the water heater. We were finally able to find a big water heater. As of yesterday, the biggest water heater we could find was an 80 liter, which is 21 gallons, which is not big enough for this place. And the supply house that we went to this morning told us, yes, they have a 200 liter. So that's about I think like 40 gallon or 50 gallon. So we've got the drywall up on this wall. We rerouted the one wire that was for the one light. We rerouted that. We're going to mount that, the new light on the side, so we didn't have to run a new wire. We have not been able to figure out anything with the electricity. We did pull this switch out, and this is 240, and this is two separate switches. So we've got a 3-wire powering two different lights, but there's no ground. So yeah, not real sure what we're looking at here yet. So we haven't done any rewiring. We really want to get a switch in here in this room on this, since we created this hallway here, and we want to get a switch for the other existing light that's in there. This is two switches for the two lights, and so the one switch is fine because it will power this old wire, and we're just going to have a light there, and that makes this hallway perfectly fine. There's no need to change anything there, but we really want to get switch leg out of that box and come over and come down and put a new switch leg over here for that light. So we do have a local electrician coming tomorrow at 4. We're finally able to set that up to get, and I wanted to show you something else. Oh, to get, try to get this electrical stuff figured out, because we've got a switch there, and then we've got a few things in the kitchen I'm going to show you. But here's something else I want to show you, and this is a major victory for us. So here's this kit shower. I think I showed you this the last time. And you can see in this picture here, we have a glass panel that the diverter mounts to, and then these clear glass panels here, which is a fixed and a slider, and they come together to create the door. And I'm looking at this today. So they brought the kit out yesterday, and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, there's no way there's enough glass in there for these rear panels because it's too big. This thing's like 29 by 29. It's too big. So I took it apart today and, kind of inspected the contents, and I'm like, there's no glass panels for the rear. So I read down through the description. There's actually a section here where the description is in English, so it's so helpful. And it says very clearly that the white glass panels are included. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, we didn't get all the materials. Now to go back to Castorama, which is like our Home Depot, and try to convince them that we walked out with the glass panels, that's probably nigh to impossible. We don't speak the language, and how do you prove that you didn't walk out with those glass panels? And I thought, well, I don't know. I mean, we just got to try. I mean, maybe they'll believe us, maybe they won't. I don't know. But you got to try. I mean, otherwise, we don't really have any choice but to go buy a whole new shower. And I mean, that would just be ridiculous. So I walked in. This is the kitchen. This is the cabinets we picked up last night. Oh, there's the box of the glass panels. But here's all the cabinets we picked up last night. And we just kind of set them around in the space here to try to get a visual of how they're all going to fit. And yeah, I'm going to talk about that in a little bit, but I'm just going to sit here and look at them while I finish telling you my story about the panel. So I walked into Castorama, and I looked around for the English-speaking guy, David, that we talked to yesterday, and he wasn't around. And so I finally found the lady that David had us working with in the door department, and I snagged her, and I used the app on my phone, and I said, is David working today? And she said, yeah. And so she paged him, and he didn't answer. And so while she was paging him, I just typed into my app, I said, we have a problem with the shower from yesterday. And so then she remembered. As soon as I said that, she remembered. And she got this other English-speaking guy to come, and I just told him, I said, we're missing these panels. And he didn't miss a beat. He walked right back to the showers. He said, show me which shower. I showed him the shower. I said, these two panels, we're missing those two panels. And he said, okay, I will go get them. He brought them out on a cart, and he said, I've called security. I will walk with you to the doors, and then you can carry them out so they know that you don't have to pay. I mean, it was just that simple. No receipt, no proof of purchase, no nothing. Just, I am so grateful for that box right there, because it would have just been, yeah, I don't know how we would have tried to resolve that, because outside of just simply buying a whole brand new shower or putting up tile walls or something. I don't know. Anyhow, very, very happy for good employees at Castorama today. Now, these cabinets, I think they're IKEA, but this is some of the additional challenges that we just run into. And granted, these are used cabinets. They're not new. And that was by design to save money. But they have these little mounting brackets back here. And that's what these cabinets are designed to hang from. So this backer is actually not structural in any way, shape, or form. You've got these little hooks. And that hook is supposed to hang on a specific type of track, which we don't have because we bought them used. So I thought maybe we'd start hanging wall cabinets today. But that didn't happen because we don't have the track. And I don't know if Castorama sells that track. I thought when I saw them last night, I thought, well, we'll just take those brackets off and we'll just hang them up like normal cabinets. Yeah, no, I don't think so. So we need to get that bracket, that track. In our travels tomorrow to go to the orphanage, we're planning to go by IKEA, and I'm really hoping that their tracks are universal and not like model specific, so we can get that track and potentially install these on Thursday, because tomorrow's going to end up being an all-day fair. Oh, here's another funny story for you. So Matt, the building guy who's like our whatever go-between between the landlady, he told me, he said, this security system is, nobody uses it. It's no big deal. If it's in your way, just take it out. So I was looking at this cabinet today and looking at this one. I'm like, well, I think that's going to be in our way for the head cabinet here. So, that's something I can do, while I'm waiting on something else to do. So I popped this track off and exposed the wire and figured out how to pop this little doodad off. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll just cut the wires and get rid of it. As soon as I cut those wires, this whole building started beeping. I mean, alarms going off everywhere. And I was like, oh my goodness, what did I do? So I'm hastily peeling back insulation on the wires. And literally the first two that I peeled back, I twisted them together and all the alarms went off. So I didn't reconnect it because he said that it's not important. I just shoved it back in the box. So yeah, there's a little story about that. PEX pipe. PEX pipe is not the same in Poland as it is in the US, unless something has changed in the US that I don't know about. But they kept referring it to as plastic metal pipe. And it is literally like a soft copper tubing inside, surrounded by plastic. So you can bend it kind of like soft copper. And then because of that, you don't use crimp fittings. All of your fittings are compression fittings. So lots of different things to learn and get used to. But I feel like today we made progress, and I'm really excited about that. And I'm really hoping that the electrician can help us tomorrow to make more progress on the things that we need electrically. We're going to do a pump underneath that sink to run the drain. And so we need an outlet for that. We need a new outlet for the range, and then some countertop height outlets yet. So if we can get that going, that will feel monumental. So, yeah. That is your Tuesday night update. I don't know if I'll do one tomorrow while I'm at the orphanage. I might do a live YouTube. So let me know in the comments if that's something you would be interested in seeing. If I'm allowed, I don't even know if I'll be allowed, but if I would be allowed, I would do that. And otherwise, I'll try to catch up with you guys tomorrow night. We'll come down here when we get back and see what all the guys got done. So thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Shout out to Kurt Hall for sharing the post again. Appreciate that. It's exciting to see the comments. And yeah, you guys have a great night. And I'm going to head back to our room for the evening. So see ya.